My team who were so essential to this outcome. Jessica Brown, who heads our environmental justice work. Jacqueline Blankenship, Nick Carno, Miguel Bahomen, Mark Soto, Stephen Shin, who's a paralegal, Rosa Borelli, who's a legal assistant, Martha Pateras, who's our environmental investigator, as well as our chief deputy, Jim Clark, and Tom Peters, who heads our civil litigation. Forgive me for not doing that earlier, team. You were magnificent throughout this process. Mr. Attorney General?
He'll get back to you guys on your anniversary to make up for it, right? Why don't we do this? We had some long remarks and we started a little late. I'm going to hold off on any Spanish language remarks until after questions. So let's take any questions from the media that we might have so we can let folks move on. Yeah, yes?
LA County said it needed $35 million for a health study. Why does this settlement include only $25 million, and is that going to be enough to do what needs to be done?
So and I'm going to let Supervisor Barger get more into that because she's been working very hard on that. We think what we've laid out is the ability for us to do this first of its kind study. And as we move forward year by year, because again, this isn't just a one-off event for 1 year or 1 month, it goes further. And so we're able to assess some of the data we start to collect from the study, and that will determine how long it should run. There's nothing that says that we'll stop after a certain amount of time or a certain amount of money. What we want to do is have something that gives us data to be able to understand what the effects of these gases might be. And so what we did was we wanted to make sure we provided robust funding to get this thing going because it's the first time we'll have had this opportunity. But let me ask the supervisor to give a further response.
So understand, when we originally put forward the initial amount, it was a guesstimate, and we in fact refined that number, and $25 million is what our Department of Public Health, and I've got Angelo here from the Department of Public Health, we determined that that amount is sufficient to do the health study that's needed. So in fact, the $25 million is the full ask by the county.
Can you properly do a health study so many years after the event occurred?
Well, understand this. I mean, this is something that this is the largest gas leak, in history. So for us, this is a work in progress. I have confidence based on our experts over at Public Health, working with health services, working with outside experts, that we're going to put together a comprehensive health study, and it remains to be seen. This has not been done before. This is uncharted territory, and that's why the original amount was a guesstimate based on our initial ask, but we had to refine that and have a realistic expectation as to what was going to accomplish what needs to be done.
What's the deadline? What's the deadline?
Angela, do you?
There is no
So it's been almost 3 years since the gas leak. We wonder if it's going to, the study's going to take another 3 years.
So recognize something. The value of the study is it's going to give us long-term information. It's not a one-off. We're trying to figure out what happens when something like this occurs. You're trying to assess a large population. And these studies, which have to be done by experts, will take time and some resources. We actually provide the possibility for more money in the settlement than the $25 million, because what we've done is we put in pockets or categories where we are going to fund particular activities. For example, mitigation. If we're able to deal with the mitigation that is required in the settlement without having SoCalGas expend all of the monies that they've dedicated to mitigation, we pump some of that money back into something like the health study. And so there may be opportunities to find the dollars. And I guarantee you, I know the supervisor, the council member, the mayor, we're all probably going to be going to the legislature saying, we've learned too many good things from this study to let it stop if we run out of money. But it's important to start. I just mentioned part of the settlement provides for dollars that aren't necessary to fulfill certain aspects of the settlement to go back into the mitigation fund. That mitigation fund will have resources that might be available for things like the study if there's a need for more money for the study in the out years.
Let me
Yeah.